Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
From the capital to castles, starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Feeling off lately? Struggling with your mental well-being can make everyday life harder, and it can also increase the risk of substance use. Early support can make a big difference. Visit myhealthymind.crediblemynd.com and take the free mental health check-in assessment. In just a few minutes, you'll get non-judgmental feedback, local resources, and next steps to help you feel more in control and supported. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
Tune in this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. as Old School broadcasts live from Lead Lodge and Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City to kick off the 2025 Applejack Festival. The festival runs on September 20th and 21st, as well as September 27th and 28th at Arbor Day Farm. Pick apples, enjoy cider, and welcome the fall season with fun for the whole family. Purchase tickets to the 2025 Applejack Festival online at arbordayfarm.org and listen this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. to Old School broadcasting live from Arbor Day Farm.
Ready to upgrade your harvest lineup? Right now at Landmark Implement, get up to a 36-month waiver on select John Deere combines. That's 3 full years with no interest, giving you the flexibility to put the reliability of John Deere to work on your farm. Our team is here to keep your operation running strong with the latest technology, unmatched parts and service support, and the reliability of John Deere equipment. Visit your local Landmark Implement today or check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska insider today.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Marfisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay. Here we go, baby.
There goes the mic.
Here we go, baby. So I'm too loud now already, right? So no, we're gonna start off this way.
AD, actually, I'm not gonna come after you this show.
Grandpa Nick, am I too loud? Are you that guy that said your music's too loud? Are you that get off my lawn?
That actually is a sensitive subject, considering yesterday I'm sitting in the production studio getting some work done. Mm-hmm. And Terrell Farley comes in, has his headphones down like around his neck so they weren't up by his ears, and I could hear his music full blast. And I said, man, can you hear that okay? And he laid into me.
Laid into you, didn't he?
Yeah. And so maybe it is a problem.
You don't talk to your elders that way.
I'm not intentionally being disrespectful.
So
I don't mean it in a disrespectful way.
So if it was Quinn 2018,
that's not
was that group 2094? What is that group called? Quinn what?
It's not a group. How many times do I have to tell you it's not a group?
It's a person.
It is a person.
It's a person with a plural name, right? Is Quinn, what's his name? Quinn what?
Quinn 92.
Quinn.
But how is Quinn a plural name?
It's not Quinn's?
No, it's Quinn.
Okay, I thought it was Quinn. Quinn's.
It is Quinn.
I thought it was Quinn's plural. So Quinn 92. What does 92 stand for?
The year he was born.
Oh, see, that says it all right there. He's a little punk.
Jeez Louise. That's harsh. No, we need to direct this energy, AD.
Yes.
To well, no. Hold on. We need to direct this energy to Brett on the YouTube stream. He says, "Good morning, AD and Bach." He said Bach. Now, there's a lot worse people to get misidentified with.
Bach is that type of legend.
Bach's a legend. I'm just saying internally it hurts a little bit.
Hurts a little bit.
Especially when there's the commercial that's up, it says Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. It just hurts the feelings just a tad. So we need to direct the energy to that. Oh, he changed it. Okay, he just said good morning, Nick and AD. Okay,
hey, he's waking up too.
Brett, I appreciate you. I don't
just be waking up.
AD
too.
Doesn't mean anything he just said about you. We're all good. We're all good.
Folks, it is literally game eve before the Maize and Blue arrives in here shortly into town. I think they're probably staying in Omaha, though, Nick. I could be wrong on that. I believe.
I don't know their itinerary.
Yeah, a lot of times they stay in the Omaha area. I've spoken for their chapels before, visiting teams.
Oh.
And some of them, majority, not all, but the majority of them will stay in Omaha out there at the Embassy Suites, Papio, or something like that.
I actually
you know what? This is
And I could be wrong
this
about
is going
this
to kind of sound stalkerish.
Mhm.
Nowadays, more so, visiting teams will stay because a lot of these teams, especially teams like Michigan, they'll actually be able to fly into Lincoln.
Yep.
So they will
Graduate.
actually be at the Graduate.
The Graduate.
Yes, I've actually just been confirmed there at the Graduate.
Graduate Hotel. Absolutely. Okay, folks, I got something to tell you right here, and it's about Nick.
Oh, here we go.
I know. But it's
just
a good,
another.
No,
one.
it's a good thing. See,
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you don't give me a chance. Sometimes you
Yeah.
just come at me and not even hear what I have to say.
Well, then what's that tell? What's that say?
Wait till you get married, bro. No, what I was going to say is we have a great show for you today. Okay, first of all, awesome show for you today. A lot to get into. John Cook, men's and women's basketball, Big Ten schedule has been released as well. A lot of college football this weekend, pro football. We'll discuss the game last night in Buffalo. Jake is not as much as the morning as I thought he was going to be. I had a chance to tap in a little bit, listen to him a little bit. And of course, Nebraska. We'll talk about the quarterback matchup, the running back matchup, keys to victory, etc. And a little part we have not talked a lot about, Nick.
What's that?
Is the importance of special teams tomorrow in a game of this magnitude, being able to flip the field, etc. But me and Nick in Austin, Ormond, Ellie's going to be with us.
Gracie will also be
Gracie
with
will
us.
with us. We are going to Nebraska City.
That is right. We're taking over Nebraska City today.
Yes.
We're excited. No, in all seriousness, you guys might remember last year, AD went to Arbor Day Farm. You went to Arbor Day Farm and you ended up wanting, or you got a tour of the entire facility.
Insane.
The entire property, as they call it. And so we reached out, and AD had this idea. Hey, let's go out there and let's do a show from Arbor Day Farm. So this afternoon, myself, AD, and Austin Norman will be going from 3 to 6 p.m. On Old School with Foreman and Orman. Jay, unfortunately, has other business to attend to because since it's the 95 reunion weekend, Jay was a pretty big part of that 95 team. And so Jay has other things to take care of in that spot. But we're going to be out there about 1 o'clock. We're going to get to do a full tour of the entire property, thanks to Rachel and the entire team over there at Arbor Day Farm.
It's amazing, bro.
And the big reason why we're doing this, tomorrow, Sunday, and the next Saturday and Sunday, it's Applejack Festival. And so the Applejack Festival, it's a tradition over there at Arbor Day Farm, kicks off the fall season officially, and we're going to get to do a lot of cool activities that they have set up for us this afternoon. So we're looking forward to it. We're going to give away a signed Tommy Frazier jersey while we're there. Tomorrow at the pregame show, we'll say this. Actually, I can talk about this. Tomorrow at the pregame show, we're going to be giving away a one-night stay to Lead Lodge.
Beautiful place.
Out there. It's going to be good for a one-night stay on like a Saturday or a Friday from November 2025 to November 2026. You pick a weekend. All you'll have to do tomorrow is come on down to the station. We'll have a table set up outside. Ellie will be by the table outside, and she'll be able to kind of tell you all the rules for engagement on how to get involved in the giveaway there for a one-night stay to Lead Lodge at our friends at the Arbor Day Farm.
If you have not been out there, I see Scaper, good morning. He goes, Applejack Festival is incredible. The kids love it. Absolutely. Bo Lever, good morning to you. He goes, Arbor Day Farm is an amazing place. Yes, it is, you guys. And like I said, that was my first time doing the tour last year when I went. And I tell you what, Austin, Rach, they do a great job. There's so many things out there I didn't know were out there, man.
Yeah.
And the best thing, Nick, apple cider is obviously good. But man, those apple donuts.
That's what you just said before we came on the air.
Bro, Nick, I don't eat a lot of donuts in the morning. I mean, rarely. These, if I had them at the house, I would eat these every morning.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna get to talk to the orchard. We have a couple of guests lined up as well. But we'll have the ability to talk to the orchard manager in the 3 o'clock hour. We'll talk to the chef of all the treats, the mastermind behind them all at 4:45, and then at 5:30 we're going to be joined by Rachel and Austin to talk about some upcoming events because they have a lot of cool. In addition to Applejack Festival, they have kind of You Pick It tickets available, which throughout the next couple of weeks throughout October we will have plenty of tickets to give away. And so make sure if your family looking for a weekend to go out there and you want to spend a weekend, get away from Lincoln, and you want to spend a weekend out there, just kind of be on the lookout, keep those ears open for some ticket giveaways because we'll have plenty of opportunities to win tickets to Applejack Festival, to Obviously, you pick it to some events that are going on at Halloween out there. And so it's going to be a really, really fun time. We're excited to be out there today.
Nick, I think I'm wearing my key overalls.
Today?
I think I might wear them out there, man.
I am not. I'm sorry.
Nick, I think I got a pair of red and white ones.
Okay.
Like the Nebraska
Oh,
ones.
yeah, that would work out well.
Or I might just wear my old school regular key overalls, man. I think I might rock the key. Depending on what the
That wouldn't look
what's
too
the
bad.
temperature supposed to be like today, though.
It's going to be low 70s around the time
I'm
we're
going
out
to
there.
gauge it by the temperature because I want to be out there
Yeah.
in real hot. But I'm so excited to get out there. It's going to be a beautiful day. And I'm looking at the highs, and Nick, it is going to be the highs today in Lincoln. At least it's only 75.
Wow.
So by time at 3, well, that's kind of the heat, but the max is 75. Put it that way. But I might wear more overalls.
That's right. I think you would look great in them.
I might do that.
It'd be great. I'm excited. No, I didn't know. I mean, obviously, I'll be honest. Like I've never been out there. Number one, I've driven past it, obviously, but I've never gotten to golf at Arbor Links. I've never been able to stay at Lead Lodge. I've never been able to do any of that.
The restaurant out there too, Nick.
And so I'm excited because I was on the phone with Rachel setting all this up earlier this week, and she's like, "Yeah, I think if you guys come on out here about 1:15, we'll get you on the golf carts and we'll take you guys around the entire property for a full tour." And I'm sitting here going, okay, here we go. We're going to get the actual experience, and and they offer the tour for a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
And so if we're able to kind of to showcase and show them off, it's going to be a great time at Arbor Day Farm. We can't thank them enough once again for asking us to be a part of kicking off Applejack Festival. And I understand, right? Tomorrow you want to enjoy the Nebraska football game. I get it. However, next Sunday, it's a bye weekend for Nebraska. It's a perfect opportunity as we go through it with our significant others and say, hey, honey, I want to watch some football. Next weekend, it's a bye week. You know what you can do in the middle of the season? Hey, let's go to Applejack. Let's just spend a couple of hours with the kids at Applejack. She'll be like, whoa, he's missing football. They might not
Bring
not
it
know.
on your phone. You can still watch it on your phone.
She might not know it's a bye week.
That's right.
And so I mean, here's
Great
the
Nick.
thing. You just go on out there. You
Great
come on
point.
back town. Hey, we did this. And then hopefully for the rest of the year, there's no questions about where they fall in the pecking order.
You know, Dave from Renew goes, are your overalls, to do my overalls, are they Guess or Pepe overalls? Now, that was a brand back in our day, Nick. You're like, what is Guess? What is Pepe?
I was making sure it wasn't inappropriate.
Yeah,
I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah, those are the old school overalls that we had back in the day. Eric says, Dad, coming AD, overalls in peak country. You know? Tommy Gunn, I appreciate you, Tommy. Yes, the surgery is recovering well. I'm recovering well from the surgery, and I'm so excited to get back to golf, Tommy. I appreciate it. I'm actually going to be honest. It's going to be brutal going out there. And the good thing about being out there, you can't see the golf course.
Okay.
The way we're going to be at, because that would be even harder to do that. So, Tommy,
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. I'm feeling, by God's grace, man, I'm improving every day. So I'm grateful for that. Get another Old Dad 34. Actually, Bo Lever, Old Dad 34, good morning to you as well. Yes, the cherry cider as well. He goes, when I still lived in Lincoln, I would always stop by getting cherry cider when visiting family. Bo Lever, where are you living at now? Let us know where you're living at. So I'm not sure where you're at right now, my man.
Yeah. Still listening to us, though. We appreciate it.
Yes, and Bo Lever said he's going on a cruise on the bye week. Best
Whoa.
time. Yes.
That's incredible.
I don't think he's talking Oak Lake either.
No, probably not. I gotta venture to North Lincoln. Hop on the pontoon. No, it's going to be a great time once again. Can't thank everybody over at Arbor Day Farm. So it's also, I mean, selfishly, it's going to be fun to be able to do a couple hours of radio with Austin. Because we don't get to cross over a ton with Austin. Obviously, AD and I, we get tired of each other every single day, but we do.
No, I'm just going.
Okay.
We get to be with Austin.
Anyway, yeah, no, we get to do a couple hours
exactly right.
of radio with Austin. It's going to be a good time, and we'll have plenty. Don't worry. I know what some might be thinking. Oh man, it's Friday afternoon before Michigan. We're not going to talk football. Oh no, we're going to talk plenty of Nebraska, Michigan football this afternoon. AD, once before we get to break, we had somebody on the text line. And I can't, unfortunately, see. I can't remember where it was. I lost the text. There's getting a couple of them.
Absolutely. Dirty Tony and the boys, that's a cute little fish you caught there, man. It'll be a nice little.
He says, I caught this guy this morning, named him Nick. Hey, I appreciate that.
Look at that.
I appreciate that. That's Dirty Tony and the boys, former high school baseball coach of mine.
Love it.
He coached me in the summer. One of my favorite coaches.
Coach, that's a great sardine you got right there for this morning
Yeah.
sketch. Bo Lever lives in Enos, Texas. It's south of Dallas. First Buc-ee's south of the first Buc-ee's south of Dallas. I love it. That's a great place.
Bo Lever, I'll be in your area next weekend.
Yes, you will.
I will be.
Yes, you will.
That's where I'll be spending the bye week.
Nick, I got a question for you before we go to break. I do want to discuss this. Maybe we can discuss it when we come back, too. The Spartans, we've been saying I was going to discuss this for 2 days, but I want to get this out there because I want to get your, the fans, what your thoughts on this are. Michigan State 3-0.
Yeah.
Takes on USC, number 25, 3-0, in Los Angeles. 8:05 p.m. Pacific time kickoff.
That's right.
That is 11 o'clock, as we all know, on the East Coast. Nick, this shows you how little the Big Ten really cares about the fans, with the TV deals and everything.
No, I think it actually
on an 11 o'clock game for where these kids are from.
But naturally, when you have teams from the entire country in your conference, you're going to have crossover.
Why couldn't you compromise to do the game at 6 o'clock Pacific, so it's 8 o'clock here, so it's 9 o'clock on the coast? It's still late.
I was going to say that's still late. I mean, we're grasping at straws there.
2 hours is not straws.
Oh, sure, but
that's a massive difference.
But Michigan,
this game gets over at 1:32 in the morning.
Are you more frustrated?
In the morning.
Are you more mad about it from a player's perspective or a fan's perspective?
All around. I don't think it's fair all around.
Well,
I don't think it's fair for the East Coast teams. I don't think it's fair for the fans. I just think it's horrible plan. And I'm kind of in the middle of a lot of things.
Yeah, you don't pick sides, but you're picking this side.
Right here to me is just outrageous. Have the game at freaking 6 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock on the coast, which is still late, but it's not. The game will be over at least by if it's 6 o'clock kickoff on the West Coast. It's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock on the East. So you're still looking at about a 12:31 a.m. finish. This game now, 2:33 in the morning. That's absurd.
I don't know, AD. I understand where you're coming from because I think, from a fan's perspective, I'm sitting here thinking post game, like, dang man,
exactly.
We'd be up at 11. The game would get done about 1.
So it impacts everybody.
It does, but it does not. You don't make these millions and millions of dollars of decisions based on a fan base or sports radio. Like
they sure as hell not cared about the kids.
Yes, yeah.
Nick,
I suppose
they are absolutely.
Why is this
not
a shock for us, though?
No, it's not a shock. No, it's not a shock at all.
Okay, good.
It's just frustrating how everyone doing this game is impacted in some shape or form.
Sure,
some more than others. I just think it's like you couldn't do it 2 hours earlier.
I get where you're coming from. I understand though also the Big Ten's method and thought process behind this. Yes,
it's
but
money.
But also, AD, think about the notable games. In the morning window, you're going to have a notable game. I think Illinois, Indiana is at 11 a.m. I can't remember. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. But you have Illinois, Indiana going on that day. You have Michigan, Nebraska. You have now Michigan State, USC. You have a competitive game between notable programs in every single time slot. And that is the goal of every conference now, is to dominate the 11 a.m. window, dominate the 2:30 window, dominate the primetime window, and even dominate the nighttime window. And so naturally, now that the Big Ten or the SEC or the ACC more so than the SEC, now that they've gone throughout every single crevice of the country, you're just naturally going to have crossover where some teams get screwed. I mean, you can't have USC travel to Michigan State every time and be like, well, that's better for USC that they're playing at 8 p.m. Eastern time, which would be 5 p.m. their time. You can't do that. At some point, somebody's going to get the lower end of the stick, the shorter end of the stick. Nebraska's been in that spot before.
It's bull crap, man. I think it's absurd. I as you could tell, it's been chawing on me all week. When I first seen this article, I'm like, are you freaking kidding? Now, I can see Stanford when they went out to Hawaii. I get that. You know what I'm saying? I can understand that aspect. It's a 5-hour difference. All right.
I just don't think that
stateside.
I don't think that anybody cares about the times anymore. And this is just the harsh reality of it. You're going to have people go out and play in London next year. You're going to have people play out in Ireland year after year. They don't care about the times now. I mean,
Nick, here's what I want to
these guys saying. These guys get the private jets, and they get to be. I understand that from a morality standpoint, it sucks. But when has morality ever mattered in college athletics?
That's the problem. I hate that the NCAA portrays himself as being this institution in these conference institutions. We're all about the kids. No, you ain't. You know that saying on me. I can't say it on air.
Yeah.
Bleep them kids.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they say when they schedule things like this. Pro sports, I can understand. I can understand it. It's a pro sport. boxing in Vegas. That fight literally started at 11:58
Yeah.
p.m. 11:58. I was looking at it on my watch. It started 11:58, got over. Now, you think about it, 11:58 here? Dude, that was 1 o'clock in the morning when that fight started on the East
And I was
Coast.
here.
Now, that I understand. It's pros. Still not convenient, but when they portray themselves as we're all about the kids and student athletes. They might as well just say athletes and throw the student out of there.
Have they said that recently, though?
Nick, you look at all their marketing material. They talk about the welfare and student and mental health of student athletes.
Of course.
They sure as heck market it that way. But you know what?
Yeah, every
the
conference
choices
does
they
that.
make, and I'm not saying just the Big Ten, the choices that these networks and these conferences make, it is a far-gone conclusion that academics is no longer the main thing that drives this. This is reality.
Old Dad 34 says, preach AD, the Big Ten is all about money and not the kids. And it's not just a Big Ten issue. It's an SEC, ACC issue. Here's the perfect example is this week, Stanford has to travel to, there's some ACC school way out on the East Coast. And it's escaping me of who Stanford's got this weekend. But now on the flip side, next year, who's got to go out to Cal? That same ACC school. And so, it's like at some point, right?
They got Virginia.
That's
tomorrow.
right. Yeah. So the West Coast Conference, the Western teams are going to draw the short end of the stick the same way as either the year before or the year after, since they're on this rotation. The East Coast team is going to draw the short end of the stick the next year. So it's just, I think there's also something to be said about understanding. This is where we can say that they do care about the student piece of it, because through advisors, through resources at the universities, through resources that are on staff, you can have and get things organized to where all of them get homework and projects done before they go on the trip. They have help. They have the mental health people that travel with them. They get to travel in very, very nice accommodations. Let's not act like they're going on a Greyhound bus 19 hours across the country. So yes, they are the victims in this, but also there are resources available from, like, I guarantee you Nebraska, ahead of if they had to go to Dublin or if they had to go to Florida or wherever they have to travel, Penn State is going to be a good example. You get into the meat of the season, time management is incredibly important, but also having people that help you take care of your business, your schoolwork, everything else, so that your main priority is sleep, taking care of your body, preparation for the game. And then when you come back after the game, you don't have to worry about, oh man, I got this economics project to do. That is a key part to where the universities do cater to the kids.
And you know what, Nick? I wonder, I'm glad you brought up Penn State, because have you ever been to Happy Valley?
I've never been to Happy Valley, no.
Their airport is smaller than Lincoln's.
Well,
unless they've
yes.
upgraded it. So either I'll be curious. I'm gonna maybe check with Dennis, those guys down there. Will they fly into Harrisburg and drive the hour in, or will they fly into Happy Valley? But like I said, unless they've upgraded their airport in the past 4 or 5 years, I mean, it's literally, their airport was half the size of Lincoln the last time I flew there. I mean, half the size.
I 100% agree with you that it's not ideal. Right. I'm not pushing back on that at all.
That's the way it is.
But we also can't sit here and act like they don't have all these resources available to them, and that universities haven't attempted. It's never going to be perfect, but that universities haven't attempted to increase mental health department and resources, increase academic resources, and have the wherewithal and the ability to say, hey, you know what, student athletes, this is, we understand you got to go cross country and you're playing a late night game, but you know how to make it a little bit easier on yourself? Make sure you have all your responsibilities taken care of ahead of time. Plan ahead, time management, which is something these student athletes excel at, is the time management. You have to.
Yeah, it makes for interesting talk for sure. And the reality is, Nick, and then when we boil it all down, not all, but a majority of these young men and women are getting paid very well.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like you got there and all of a sudden they say, well, by the way, this is what's going to happen. So you have a volunteer army, basically. They signed up for it, so they'll get into. Like I said, I just don't like the way it's set up. But at the same time,
it sucks.
It's like the song back in the day. That's just the way it is, man. It's the way it is. And the words of Tupac. Before Tupac, it was written before. Folks, when we come back, we'll talk about Thursday night football. Also, this week's weekend games in the NFL. Then after that, it goes all Nebraska sports. John Cook, you might see a replica of him somewhere near the Devaney. Had a cowboy hat on too. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I'm gonna put a statue of you up, Nick, when you're done?
Absolutely not.
I would.
I would not.
And there'd be a little dog next to him named Doug. It'd be a little cutout of Doug right next to you.
We don't need that
because I love you.
How? What would be the size of it?
Of Doug?
No, of me.
I'd be a good size, but the shoulders would have to be very broad.
The shoulders would have to be very broad. The shoulders and the head unproportional.
Folks, we come back.
No neck.
If you're a Dolphins fan, we'll keep praying for you. If you are a Buffalo fan, they just found a way to win, and sometimes you do it that way. We'll discuss when we come back. It's The Drive.
Tune in this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. as Old School broadcasts live from Lead Lodge and Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City to kick off the 2025 Applejack Festival. The festival runs on September 20th and 21st, as well as September 27th and 28th at Arbor Day Farm. Pick apples, enjoy cider, and welcome the fall season with fun for the whole family. Purchase tickets to the 2025 Applejack Festival online at arbordayfarm.org and listen this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. to Old School broadcasting live from Arbor Day Farm.
Feeling off lately? Struggling with your mental well-being can make everyday life harder, and it can also increase the risk of substance use. Early support can make a big difference. Visit myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com and take the free mental health check-in assessment. In just a few minutes, you'll get non-judgmental feedback, local resources, and next steps to help you feel more in control and supported. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends. Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at LOVBNEB.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today. Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: mainly sunny skies to start the day, then a chance of showers and storms this afternoon. We'll see a high around 75. Tonight, a continued chance of showers and storms below around 60. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers. Otherwise, partly sunny skies with a high near 75. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and TicketFM.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back, folks. We are back on this game eve morning. It is a gorgeous morning outside today. High of 75 in the Lincoln and surrounding areas. Not much, even if it's a small sliver of breeze, if you would. Nick, you know what I'm thinking this morning if I was able to do it, but I just can't.
What were you thinking about?
I have had the golf. What's up, DF? Rolling down. Oh, good to see you, brother. Got a little motorcycle behind you, so be careful out there this morning.
We did see there was a police motorcycle got somebody across the street.
Somebody early in the morning, man.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dang.
They said, "Oh, it's Michigan week.
Michigan week.
It's quota week.
You don't have tickets to the game, but you got a ticket this morning." Yeah. Folks, we always love to give thanks for those who make this segment and this show go on, and that is none other than Jack Russell, who I just spoke with yesterday. Love you, appreciate you, Jack. We do here at the station as well, the Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected rep since 1999. Can help protect your home, your vehicle, your family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his two locations in Lincoln or in Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Nick, there's a few things on the text line which are interesting as well. I'll start here. Scott, Minnesota. He goes, in-state does not allow practice activities between midnight and 5 a.m. except promotional things like midnight practice at start of basketball. That's a great point, man. Great point. Unknown texter 6279. Good morning to you. It hasn't been about the kids since the 80s when football started making money. There are a lot of players from your era that passed a lot of classes. They had no business passing, and you got a lot of things swept under the rug with the law.
Oh, okay.
Wow. It's always been about wins and money, even under St. Tom.
He's talking about your teammates,
Yeah,
AD.
you know what? I'm not sure who the texter is, but I wouldn't refer to Coach Osborne as St. Tom. Neither would he. Yeah, there were things that happened. We know that. It's not, no one's blind to that. And I don't think, to my knowledge, anything was swept under the rug because he's texted and talking about it. So it wasn't swept under the rug.
Obviously, you know about it.
You obviously know. But to your point, though, it's true. In the 80s, it did change things. But I do take somewhat offense to saying St. Tom because Coach Osborne has been nothing but good to me and millions, not thousands, millions of others. And he would not be the last person to call himself a saint. So I appreciate the text. Don't appreciate the St. Tom remark.
We also can't be naive to the fact that, just naturally things happen. We don't need to dive into that too much, but naturally things are always going to happen. Every program has it. It's not just a Nebraska thing. It's not just
now you got social media.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing getting
harder to get away with.
It's harder to get away. Everybody's got a camera on there. That's for sure, man.
That's why Eddie was lucky.
Well, I didn't refer to guys like me that were basically practice dummies and got beat up.
Yeah, that stuff didn't get swept under the rug.
Hey, Aaron Davis got in trouble. Who? Yeah. I could literally not show up to a game and I'd be okay. I could show up in the third quarter, get dressed, and walk out in the field, slide in at halftime. He wouldn't know.
Yes, he would. I feel like maybe Coach Osborne wouldn't.
Coach Brown would know.
I was to say somebody on that sideline would realize.
Believe me,
where's Davis?
Believe me, I tried it.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure. You got a lot of things going on. I'm sure that hasn't changed since your college days. You usually do a lot of just things on the side. You got a lot of things going on. So realistically, what time will you be at Arbor Day Farm today?
We're supposed to be there at 1:15.
Yeah.
Right? I'll be there a little bit probably about 1 o'clock.
Oh,
I am gonna try I'm gonna try to, dude. I'm
business. It's different.
Yeah, business.
Yeah, business
when
is
it comes
different.
to business, I don't mess around, man.
Hey, AD, want to hang out? Yeah.
Yeah, when it's hanging out, you'll see me when I get there.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it's business,
that's true.
If you're on time, if you're early, you're on time.
Yep.
If you're on time, you're late.
Yep.
And my dad would preach that with just he was a stickler for that.
They preached that to the seasonal workers at Shields too. They added a part where if you were late, it's just plain unacceptable. I used to do seasonal work at Shields back when I was 14, hanging out on Black Friday.
It was probably busy as heck. On
Yeah,
Black Friday
I used to. I was actually, we a lot of people know this. My first job was Amigos. My first seasonal job was Shields. Seasonal job.
Shields. What was your discount at Shields?
We didn't get it because we were just seasonal.
Oh,
everybody always asks.
Because my son Keenan worked there, it was like I couldn't have worked there.
I'm sure
because my whole check I would just wrote it right back.
It's the same way. If I was up at the Under Armour outlet.
Oh yeah, I'd write the check right back to him.
Either way.
Nick, there was an NFL game
Can you just put this on my tab for the month? Just take it from my tab.
Sir, you're actually under. You kind of went. You kind of.
Yeah.
You went bottoms up. You owe us money.
I don't know how much money you think you're making here, but you owe us about $500.
Yeah, you owe us money now, as far as that goes. There was a football game last night. I'm not sure if you stayed up for it. I watched the highlights this morning. I was crashed out. Nick, I will say this though: you stayed up and watched it.
Well, the game did start at 7:00, so it was not past my bedtime.
No, but the conclusion was past mine. And if it would have been the Steelers or somebody else, I would have. But I honestly thought the Dolphins were going to get absolutely destroyed. Yep. I did pay attention to the first half. And like I said, they made it respectable. Let's put it that way.
They did.
Buffalo takes care of business 31-21. Nick, you watched the game in entirety. I just watched the first half and clips of the second half. What was your overall synopsis of that game?
Yeah, I mean, it felt like the entire time Miami wasn't supposed to be there, but it also felt like there was a possibility that Miami would just, screw around and somehow sneak it out, but then also the Bills would lose it. And then ultimately, Tua throws the interception late in the fourth quarter, and you kind of felt like, okay, it's sealed and signed, sealed, and delivered. I mean, Buffalo they have this just cloud hanging over them right now of they can win in the regular season, they just can't win when it matters. And their bugaboo's been the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, that's been the honest truth. And so I'm really interested to see this year. Buffalo has such a good team. They've been able to, in all three games this year, they set a stat line, a nugget on the broadcast last night where and it's actually similar to Nebraska, and the fact that they're able to do it at the NFL level is even more impressive, is that in every game this year, 9 or more players have caught a pass. They're able to spread it around, whether that's Keon Coleman, who I think is a budding superstar in this league, whether it's Khalil Shakir, whether it's James Cook in the backfield, whether it's Dalton Kincaid, the tight end out of Utah, whether it's Dawson Knox. I mean, you have so many guys. Even Ray Davis, after a while, is a name that, can certainly catch a pass and kind of provide a spark plug for him. So there's so many options for Josh Allen, who is an MVP candidate year after year. So you sit there and go, okay, now you pair that with potentially having a down year for Kansas City. I know Chiefs fans, it's early, but potentially having a down year for Kansas City. If the Bills can't overcome this mountaintop, then it's going to be a real unfortunate couple of years for Sean McDermott and company, because, man, year after year, you sit there in the regular season and go, they have so many good players. James Cook has asserted himself as one of the top running back and threats in this league. And, they have no rings to show for it, which is the ultimate goal of, obviously.
Cook ran for $108 last night on 19 carries. Nick, what do you think what happens with Miami? And we've speculated about this even from, week one. They just look like a team that's all out of sorts, man. I mean, you got Hill, looks like he's half interested half the time.
And Tyreek should have caught a pass last night. It fell through his two of his hands. I don't know if you heard footsteps. It was a long pass from Tua. It should have been hauled in, honestly. I don't know. Mike McDaniel doesn't look like a head coach. And Jake and I were talking about this on Wednesday, and how Jake is, just keeps emotions at an even calm. I mean, he's just not emotional at all. But Jake and I were talking about it. And Jake brought up a really good point. He's like, there are 32 of these jobs in the league. There are 32 of these jobs. The fact that teams struggle so much to find one good coach is shocking. Because these jobs are so few and far between.
Right.
Out of all the coaches and all of the up and comers and all of the veterans, you still cannot correctly identify who should lead your franchise. It's shocking. And so, I walked in this morning, I told Jake, I said, well, Jake, I said they lost by 7, 28-21. Can't be mad about it. And he's like, yeah, moral victories. Woohoo. and I feel like that's where Miami's at, to where, they have flags and planes flying over the stadium saying fire Chris Greer, their general manager, fire Mike McDaniel, their head coach. I just feel like it's almost inevitable. It's just a matter of when.
You look at Chris Greer's, their GM, his pedigree, and he's worked with some amazing individuals. He was with the Patriots, a lot of coaches around that era, but then that he's been with, obviously, now with the Dolphins. But man, I think it's easy. I think it's easy pickings and low hanging fruit to put at McDaniels. I think it goes higher than him on some of the moves that were made, that continue to be made. We got 2 of their prime players on my Steelers roster, and who are making impact. Obviously some of it was financial, et cetera, but I think Miami, I don't know if McDaniels makes it through the season, man.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. Miami's got a tough couple of games coming up as well, and so we'll see what the future holds. I mean, that it's just a matter of, I never am a fan of firing coaches mid-season. I understand, from a college standpoint, you're going to have transfer portal. There's going to be so many more jobs that open up college-wise. So you want to be one of the first ones available so that everybody knows that you're available. But in the NFL, once again, these are 32 jobs. That's what you got.
Some of the prime games real fast before we go to break this weekend. The Rams will take on the Eagles in Philly. That's going to be an interesting game. The Raiders play the Commanders. Another prime game, I think, this is my humble opinion. The Broncos and Chargers is going to be a heck of a game. I think that's going to be a game, Ralph. I'm sure we'll be tuned into that. And just because of the franchise history, the Cowboys and Bears play at 3:25, and obviously a slew of other ones in between there as well. It's going to be interesting to see how the Bengals look without a Joey Burrow going against the Vikings as well. 2 teams that are quarterback. One is out. Obviously, Burrow's out.
Both are out.
Both are out as far as that goes. So backups, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that game. My Steelers take on the Patriots in New England at Gillette Stadium. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting weekend of football for sure, man. We'll get to the college on the 10:30 part When we come back, quick history segment, folks, before we dive into tomorrow's matchup, 2:30 versus Michigan. We'll be back.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
Feeling off lately? Struggling with your mental well-being can make everyday life harder, and it can also increase the risk of substance use. Early support can make a big difference. Visit myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com and take the free mental health check-in assessment. In just a few minutes, you'll get non-judgmental feedback, local resources, and next steps to help you feel more in control and supported. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at UCLA in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at HuskerFanTravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a hotel in scenic Santa Monica, an exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on your game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA is not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at UCLA. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at HuskerFanTravel.com.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking.
Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. And Nebraska makes a big step of if the nation will see them as a team that's clawing their way back. Nick, let me ask you this before we even dive into this conversation. And I just want you to think about it. Nebraska takes care of business tomorrow. They in the top 25?
Yeah.
Okay. Text line, let us know what you think. If they beat number 21 Michigan, is Nebraska back in the conversation of the top 25?
They're already receiving votes right now. So if they beat a top 25 team, they're in the top 25.
It'd be interesting.
What if Nebraska just comes out and wins 56-3?
I would say, don't wake me. I'm dreaming. And there was a song called that back in the day, Nick.
I hope I see the folks walking and migrating from Memorial Stadium to O Street in the blink of an eye after the game.
They rush the field?
Who cares? We're not going down this road again.
Here is some history for Nebraska and Michigan, since we're talking about Nebraska and Michigan, and we play them tomorrow. So here's some history.
If it was 56-3, we haven't been there before. So go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I don't care what you do at that point.
You can't act like you've been there before.
LPD's been like, hey, it's on you, man. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Just keep it on O.
Exactly. Okay, anyway.
Overall record, Michigan leads 8-4 in one. There was one tie. Nick, what was a guess? What year do you think that tie was?
I'm sorry, repeat it.
What year do you think the tie was? The overall record, Michigan leads 8-4 with one tie. In what year? Just do you think that tie was?
97 for the national championship. No, I'm kidding. It's probably like in the 40s, I would imagine.
1911.
Oh yeah, even farther back.
The score was 6-6. The first meeting was in 1905. Michigan won 31-0 against Nebraska. Most recently was in 2023, of course. That was the 45-7 drumming they put on us here at home. Largest victory, Michigan, 56-10, where they beat the smoke out of us in Ann Arbor in 2018. Largest victory for Nebraska was in 1962 here in Lincoln, 32-12. Longest win streak, Michigan's won the last four, 2018 to current. Hopefully that ends tomorrow. Longest win streak, Nebraska, we had three going on, 1917 and then 1962. Is how that goes. So the history goes back all the way to 1905 when we played them 105 years ago. We took care of them. So here's some historic roots, if you would. We first met again in 1905. It was Fielding Yost who coached at Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
The forward pass, ladies and gentlemen, Nick, was barely legal at that time.
Is that right?
Raiola wouldn't have had a good time during that time.
Nope.
Many quarterbacks, not even Mr. Underwood, a little bit better because he's more of a runner. But the forward pass, the long gap, after 1917, we didn't play them again until 1962.
Yep.
Then we didn't play them again, Nick, until 1986. And I was 14 years old, and I was not happy because there was a guy named Joe Morris that ran all over Nebraska. My kids, kind of ran all over Nebraska in that game. Harbaugh, I think, might have been the quarterback during that time, too.
Harburg.
I was
thrown off. For a second.
Yeah, I got to look. I could be wrong on that. It might have been him, actually. Might have been him. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Text line, who's the quarterback for Michigan in 86?
Oh, Harbaugh.
I said Harburg. Harbaugh. Potentially during that time. But I know Morris was their running back because he was all over the daggum place in that game. I remember that game. Leroy Etienne was one of our linebackers. Steve Taylor would have been during that time. Broderick Thomas would have been during that time. My brother Mark was there because he was the equipment manager for the team during that time as well. Bowl games, two notable postseason matchups. At 86, I just talked about, they beat us 27-23. Again, they did not stomp us. It was a closely contested match, but we could not stop Morris, their running back, which was tough. Then in the Alamo Bowl most recently, in 2005, when we seen the bowl, we upset Michigan 32-28. In a wild game with a crazy finish in that game as well.
Yeah, the most notable game for me came back in 2012 against Michigan. Nebraska won it 23-9. This might be one that Husker fans remember quite well because Nebraska, similar to what it's going to be tomorrow, Michigan comes in ranked 21st, 22nd, depending on the poll that you look at. Nebraska was unranked. Nebraska at this time was 5-2 going into this game. The quarterback for Michigan was Denard Robinson. Denard Robinson. However, he got banged up, hurt in the middle of the game. And so they had to bring in the backup, Russell Bellamy. How about these passing statistics, AD? Russell Bellamy was 3 for 16 throwing the ball for 38 yards, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions, had a QBR of 2.5. Didn't even have a QBR of 3.
2.5.
2.5. Denard Robinson also led Michigan that game in rushing yards before he got hurt. Fitzgerald Toussaint was on this running backs room. 15 carries for 38 yards for him. Roy Roundtree had the most receiving yards for Michigan, 1 catch for 32 yards. For Nebraska, Amir Abdullah, 24 carries, 101 yards, and a touchdown. Taylor Martinez was the quarterback at this time. Kenny Bell led the way in receiving. So did Kyler Reed. Ben Cotton caught a couple of passes. Tim Marlowe even caught a couple of passes. Once again, Nebraska had 3 interceptions that day. PJ Smith, Stanley Jean-Baptiste, and Damian Stafford all had a pick against Michigan back in 2012, a game they won 23-9.
Remember when Robinson didn't tie his shoes? He just have his shoelace out there, which was
I do.
crazy. Big B, good morning. He goes, didn't Coach McBride refer to him as 8, 9, and 10? Yes, he did. Folks, we come back. We got a lot of Husker football to discuss. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years. Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P in the Haymarket from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. for a full day of German fun. Live bands, mouth-watering food, cold brews, and games for every age. Try your hand at Steinholding, Cornhole, or bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert. Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Lafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we're back. We're going to hop right into tomorrow's matchup. We are on the morning eve of this big game starting tomorrow, 2:30. Big shout out to Sip and Jake. Coach B had a great guest on this morning. I got a chance to listen to, forget the gentleman's name, a guy from Michigan who does a show from 3 to 6 weekdays there up in Ann Arbor. He was a hilarious interview, man. Had a lot of good insight.
Yeah.
The background. He thinks they keep Nebraska at under 21 or under.
Is that right?
Points wise, and I thought it was interesting, but it could be right. I don't care if we score 10 as long as the other team's got 9.
There you go.
Whatever we score, make sure they got one or more less than what we have as far as that goes, man. But the game obviously is at 2:30 tomorrow. There's a lot riding on this. Obviously, we open our conference play. They open their conference play as well. Nick, we talked about this game, how it marks a potential turning point for Nebraska, more so than Michigan. Obviously, Michigan, just 2 years ago, they were the national champions. There's many players on that roster. One of ours, very own, not born and raised here, but, spent his high school years here and junior high years here, was Ernest Hausman. Yeah. And again, I say, if you've not seen that, it was on, was it 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
I think it was 2 weeks ago. If you just Google Ernest Hausman game day, and it's a beautiful tribute, maybe about 4 minutes long, about him going back to his home country. He was adopted by a family in Columbus, Nebraska. Many of you know that story, but I always like to share as if you don't. But a beautiful story of him going back to his homeland and meeting one of 23. One of 23 siblings, Ernest Hausman. So wish nothing but the best for him. I hope he plays a good game, but I still hope they lose. Yeah. But I hope he has a good game as far as that goes.
And I'm sure it's going to be kind of bizarre for him to come back here, because this is going to be the first time that he's been able to come back and play at Nebraska. And so I'm sure that for him it's going to be a little interesting to come back and play for Michigan. Is it the first time he came back 2 years ago? I can't remember off the top of my head. Somebody will clarify on the text line. the years run together.
Because they won the national championship 2 years ago.
Yeah, and that was the year they came here. So
And
he would have been part on that team. But either way, it was a really, really cool story with Ernest, and talking about how he uses his NIL dollars to help his community back where he's from and stuff, and clean drinking water and things like that are not the ordinary where he's from. And so just the ability to go help him. And he talked about the role that the mail provides in the families over there and where he's from, and talks about how he just wanted to get back and start to help provide for his family, for his mom, like the man and the family's supposed to be. So it's a really cool story. Highly recommend, like AD said, to check it out. We got a question on the text line about that 2012 game that I was referring to. Bill and Bennett said, didn't Denard Robinson wear a weird number for a quarterback too? That was Devin Gardner that you're thinking about. Devin Gardner started his career as a wide receiver, then switched to quarterback and did wear 98. So yeah, you are right, Bill and Bennett there. AD, Matt Rule spoke to the media yesterday, and he was asked a couple of questions. It was a pretty quick press conference for a Matt Rule presser here. Let's just talk about on a couple of these. We sometimes forget that in addition to Dana Holgorsen, there is a quarterbacks coach on this team in Glenn Thomas. We don't talk about him a lot.
No, we don't.
We might actually talk about the two guys on this staff that we maybe talk about least are Glenn Thomas, the quarterbacks coach, and Rob Dvoracek, the linebackers coach. We've barely mentioned them and think about them when kind of dissecting Nebraska football. Matt Rule was asked about Glenn Thomas and his role as quarterbacks coach yesterday. Here is what the Husker head coach had to say about Glenn Thomas.
Yeah, well, Glenn is a process guy. He doesn't care about. It's not like some guys will be like, well, don't do. Well, that worked out. So yeah, like Glenn is like, no, this is a step. This is the read. This is the footwork. This is the carriage of the ball, and he's just going to wear you out with it. And so, I've had him at three different stops, right? I just think he's excellent in terms of drilling and demanding what he wants, and not letting positive outcomes detract from that. And I think that's exactly what young quarterbacks need. They need to do everything right and not worry about did it work or not, but just do everything right till it becomes a habit. I think he and Dana are a great combination. You have Dana, who comes from a world of, more of the air raid world of like, though we're not air raid, but he comes from that world of like, hey, find space, hey, let it rip. And, you have Glenn, who comes from the world of the National Football League of 22 word play calls and, 16 checks. And what they've done is, you've got a little bit of, when Dana got here, for him to say, hey, I want to keep these guys, I want to keep Glenn, most guys wouldn't do that. It's just what makes Dana so special. To want the staff to stick together because he liked the way they worked. And he remember him telling me early on, like, hey, I need what Glenn has. I need the methodical, discipline, relentless approach to it. I need all those ideas of how to do things like an NFL team. And then, I'll bring the mindset that I have that's scored a lot of points for a lot of years. And so I think it's been a really good marriage.
Nick, I like that part where he says methodical. You look at Glenn's, his background. He's with the Falcons. He's been with Temple. He was at Baylor as a co-offensive coordinator and quarterbacks. He was at UNLV. He was at Arizona State. My beloved Steelers, offensive assistant coach. Then, of course, the co-offensive coordinator and quarterbacks right now. Glenn Thomas brings a wealth of wisdom, knowledge from a lot of different head coaches. He's got a lot of playbooks in his head.
Yeah,
that's something a lot of coaches say in coach speak. I got a lot of playbooks in my head. And they take something from each coach or organization they've been with. And Nick, and I think that says something about Glenn Thomas, but more importantly, I think it says something about Dana Holgorsen too. Nick, in that, I'm not afraid of someone maybe knowing more than me because it's going to make us better, not just me better alone.
Yeah, there's certainly something to that. I think that's such an important part of coaching, I think, is the ability and willingness to adapt, to change, to listen to other people. As a leader in that room, the ability and the willingness to say, okay, I want to hear your input and I want to actually value your input. I'm not taking your input just to hear it, just to make you feel like you have a say in this, but then do whatever I want to do going forward. Right. So I think that there's something to be said from Dana Holgorsen as weird as this is to say about a guy Dana's age, the maturation, the continuous maturity of Dana Holgorsen, to where he understands that maybe to win in the Big Ten Conference, you have to operate a little bit differently than maybe the way you did in the Big 12 Conference. And that's okay, because I think we're seeing, not that Glenn Thomas is the mastermind behind Nebraska's offense. I think we can give a lot of credit to Glenn Thomas for Dylan Raiola's development. So far through 3 games, we know it, right? Just shy of 1,000 yards passing and 8 touchdowns, no interceptions for Dylan. So I think we can give credit to Glenn Thomas for the development of Dylan Raiola in part. But then we've seen it to where we've seen pieces of Dana Holgorsen's style of offense where it's, hey, let's move, let's get the tempo going a little quicker. But that doesn't mean we're taking shots down the field. We're not trying to. He wants to let it rip. He wants to air it out. He wants to. He as Dana always talks about, keep the ball put in play. Put the ball in play. Keep it in play. To use a baseball reference that Dana uses, and so we've seen pieces of that, but we haven't seen Nebraska go so far away from, hey, this is how you're going to need to play offensively and run things to win in the Big Ten Conference. I think that's what's been most encouraging is Nebraska's effectiveness and I'm blanking on the word, but just basically the effectiveness of the offense and how the execution of the offense in a methodical way, in a methodical but yet strategic and effective way.
And Nick, I think it goes down to, again, I go back to your comment, a couple months back, the touchdown interception ratio, 13 and 11, those through 3 games, that number is 0. So that's a good thing. The touchdowns are up there, which is a good thing. And I think, Nick, too, the maturity, we'll see a lot tomorrow because he will be under stress at times, hopefully not a ton, but he will face more stress than he's seen all season. That's why I think tomorrow we will see a lot, not only just Raiola, but all of those guys as far as that goes, because we're going to see, it's like that old saying, man, pressure, if you're not able to contain it, it busts pipes. Hopefully we don't see that from Nebraska tomorrow.
Builds diamonds, but also bust pipes. I think this is the perfect, a great eye test example of where I think Nebraska's offense is at. And Husker fans, you can relate to this as well as anybody in college football over the last, 5 years or so, when Nebraska's offense has just kind of felt stymied and very, very slow moving at times. It's the dramatic difference from, I will say it, at the beginning of last year to now this year, to where Nebraska would go on extended drives, like, 8, 9, 10, maybe even 11 plays at times, and they'd eat up, 50, 60 yards. But it'd just feel like it was just such a difficult 60 yards. And there's no real, X's and O's for us casual football fans. There's no X's and O's terminology that we can use to explain it, but we kind of all understand what I'm kind of getting at here, of where it's just like, man, feels like Nebraska had to work so hard for 50 yards on a drive last year. This year, granted, the opponents are the opponents, but Nebraska will go on these 11-play drives, and they have so far this season a couple of times, and you sit there and go, hey, you know what? You never really felt like Nebraska was struggling too much, but it was that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to eat a little bit of clock and trying to slow down the pace of the game. And maybe instead of slow down, just control the pace of the game. And once again, from a casual football fan, you can't put that into X and O terminology, but we all kind of know what we're kind of talking about there, to where it's like Nebraska had to work real hard for 50 yards. And it's like, okay, maybe you punch it in on this drive, but if things don't get easier, your confidence level of being able to score points throughout 4 quarters of the game, it decreases and it goes down significantly.
And Nick, I think you bring up a good point. The offense through 3 games, of course, with the exception of Cincinnati, it seems like it's not as laborious as it has been in the past.
Yeah.
It would just seem like for them at times it seemed like getting 20 yards was like pulling out teeth of things last year. So that is a breath of fresh air to see the team thus far this year making some different, making strides in all the right areas.
I'm interested, as Nebraska gets into Big Ten play. I'm interested to see what we know. Nebraska's red zone offense needs to get dramatically better, right? But I think a big part of it, now that Nebraska has what appears to be a competent kicking game as well, in Nebraska within the 20s, 20 to 20. right? Like, are you able to consistently get on the plus side of the 50? And then if Kyle Kinnanen gets his number called, then is he able to punch it in and get some points through the uprights in the kicking game, right? Like, that's also been an area to where Nebraska's offense, maybe the pressure has gone down a little bit. Maybe it hasn't, because you always want a touchdown, and Dana will always tell you 6 points or 7 points are better than 3. But being realistic, and when you play better defenses, if Nebraska can continuously and consistently move the ball within the 20s, or your own 40-yard line to the opponent's 20-yard line, the pressure goes off a little bit of your offense to say, you know what, it's okay if we don't score a touchdown here. We don't have to feel like we have to score a touchdown to get points, because we have a competent kicking game now. So as long as Kyle Kinnanen continues his job, and the entire process, and the entire group there and special teams, as I know we're going to talk about in a second, as long as the special teams continues to do their thing, hopefully that alleviates some of the pressure off the offense to feel like they have to score a touchdown each and every drive.
I agree with Cindy from Omaha. Cindy from Omaha, good morning to you. She goes, good point, Nick. I think it's cohesion. This year, they are highly cohesive and more efficient thus far, making it less of a struggle. And Cindy from Omaha, thanks for texting in. Totally agree with you on that, Nick. And I can't emphasize enough the importance of that, what you just said. They just seem like they're just more lock, key, and step, if I can talk right, with each other this year. And it's shown on the field. The place that we've talked about a little bit yesterday, I'd like to see them improve in, though, is that 15 yards and in.
Yeah.
The red zone, if you would.
Nebraska currently on that red zone conversation. Nebraska currently has had 20 drives within the red zone. They've scored, touchdown and field goal included, 16 of them. There's been 4 drives against the 3 opponents that Nebraska's played where they've gotten in the red zone and haven't gotten points from it.
Nick, what would you say? Because I'm going to tell you how I feel right away. When Nebraska gets in the red zone, of course you want to get 3. You want to get something.
Yeah.
It's going to be imperative tomorrow that you score.
Mm-hmm.
I truly feel that way. Granted, you want to get 3, which will segue into obviously the special teams. But a team like Michigan, Nick, if you find, let's say Nebraska gets hot. Okay, let's just play hypothetical here. Let's say Nebraska.
I love
gets
hypotheticals.
Hot. Yeah, let's say they just get hot.
Yeah.
And instead of it being 14-0, it's 6-0. Okay. Meaning we go down there in that area and we come away with 6 points, 2 field goals rather than 14.
Okay. Yeah,
or let's say it's 10.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you mean.
14 is a lot more psychologically and as well as on the scoreboard than 6.
Yeah.
Because you score once if you're Michigan when you got, you're tied up where you take the lead.
And talk about what it does for a crowd, too.
Yeah, for a crowd. So I just think that, and granted, you get what you can get. You don't walk out of there with nothing. Like it didn't say, I'm coming out here with something. I'm coming out here with something. And he didn't say something. He goes, I'm coming out here with something.
Yeah.
Nebraska has to come out of there with something, but hopefully it's like in the tune of 7 point something. Because again, field goals, yes, but a team like Michigan, you want to get points on them as much as you can. Because like you said, you had their very own, one of their reporters, their evening guys, radio personalities, that he said 21 was pretty much the ceiling, in his opinion, from Nebraska. With that being said, Nebraska is going to face the stoutest defense they have seen all year. We all know Michigan's defense is the strongest part of their team. So if Nebraska can get down there and put money in the bank, the big bills, that gives you that much more of a buffer.
It certainly does. To go back to the red zone offense through, a few games at least, and it's small sample size, I get it. There are 27 teams that are perfect in college football when they've gotten in the red zone to scoring points.
Wow.
27 teams. And you sense a common denominator when I name off some of these teams. Oregon, Oklahoma, BYU, A&M, Auburn, Notre Dame, even UCLA.
Wow.
So just going through it, Oregon, Oklahoma, BYU, A&M, Notre Dame, those are all teams that are consistently top 25. Some of them top 10, most of them top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And here's where the difference is. And this is where like Oregon is so dominant. Oregon has the same number of has 4 fewer red zone opportunities than Nebraska. Mm-hmm. Now, Oregon's offense is a little more explosive, and so they're going to be able to score on some longer plays. But Oregon is 16 for 16. 14 of those 16 scores inside the red zone are touchdowns.
Wow.
14 of those scores are touchdowns. Nebraska is somewhat similar. 13 of their 16 scores are touchdowns, right? So it's once again, it's not only you got to come away with points. That's objective number one. But to really get over that threshold, and Nebraska's done it for a good chance. Speaking of BYU, gentleman wearing a BYU shirt over out walking in front of us. They're not playing here, sir. But anyway,
you're a few nights late.
Yeah, exactly. They don't play the exhibition for basketball until October. No,
He'll
anyway,
have red on tomorrow.
Yeah. Anyway, objective one is just come away with points.
Yeah.
Objective two, to take it a step further and become an elite team.
Elite.
Has to be you want those points to be touchdowns.
Yeah. Big B says you can't have open possessions, and if you do, we have a punter in Archie. If you can drop that inside the 10, let the defense go to work.
Shout out to special teams.
Yes, indeed. Folks, we're going to talk about special teams as we come back a little bit, as well as the whole smorgasbord of college football this weekend, because maybe we get a chance to see Archie tomorrow. You think?
I mean, I would hope not, but the realistic, yes. We'll probably see Archie tomorrow.
Let's put it this way. If we don't see Archie tomorrow, Nick, I will be shocked.
Nebraska has a turnover problem.
Yeah.
That's what it would be. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
Dylan Wright will exit the game with 7 interceptions. Hey, we didn't see Archie.
We
didn't see Archie.
We'll be back. You will see us when we come back. Drive.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Tune in this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. as Old School broadcasts live from Lead Lodge and Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City to kick off the 2025 Applejack Festival. The festival runs on September 20th and 21st, as well as September 27th and 28th at Arbor Day Farm. Pick apples, enjoy cider, and welcome the fall season with fun for the whole family. Purchase tickets to the 2025 Applejack Festival online at arbordayfarm.org and listen this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. to Old School broadcasting live from Arbor Day Farm.
Oh, Kansas. Here we go. You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. Close to downtown, amazing campground. 3 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
God can't drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 26th through the 28th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
It's nearly time for Bonsall Pool and Spa's truckload event. From September 23rd through the 27th, stop by Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to see an actual truck full of hot tubs with special prices. You'll save up to $3,000 on all hot tubs and swim spas, as well as $1,500 on all saunas and cold plunges. Use Nebraska football's bye week well by stopping in on September 27th for refreshments and giveaways. That's Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard in Lincoln.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking top models from Can-Am, Kawasaki, Honda, Polaris, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Indian Motorcycle, Sea-Doo, and Triton trailers. Score big on our massive selection of Can-Am side-by-sides with rebates up to $3,000 on select in-stock models. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location. They can't wait to get you set up for football season.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hi, everybody. Charlie Stone back again with Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, there are so many great things to talk about right now. Let's start with new and pre-owned vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, we're all excited those days of inventory shortages are behind us. Right now, we have more than 400 new Hondas to choose from and over 125 pre-owned with just about any make or model in stock.
I know certified pre-owned Hondas are a very important part of your dealership. Tell us about certified, Andy.
We always have a great selection of certified pre-owned Hondas in stock in like new condition, and they also come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
How about service?
You know, our amazing service department not only services Hondas, but we service just about any make, and we are one of the largest tire dealers in the state. Look us up the next time you need tires on your car.
Experience the best at the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you're a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back on this beautiful, fabulous Friday morning. It is fall in Nebraska. Beautiful weather. It's football weather, Nick.
AD, only 3.5 hours until we get to experience a full tour at Arbor Day Farm.
I know it is going to be. You're going to enjoy it.
I know I will.
I am excited to do it again. The weather's going to be beautiful, and just the atmosphere out there is really cool, man. They also have a big area for kids. They have.
I should have wore a flannel.
You know, I was thinking about the overalls, and I'm thinking I'm just going to rock some shorts instead because it could get hot.
That's true. That's probably.
I was thinking I'm one of them. I'm one of them suburban farmers. You know, you just kind of wear them when it's convenient.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, the temperature's got to be in this range.
Yeah, it's got to be about 50.
Here's the real question, and also it probably wouldn't be the most comfortable to drive out there in overalls.
Yeah, well, it depends on what kind you got. Those keys are pretty comfy, but I'm just not accustomed to them like that. You know,
if they got to be broken in.
Yeah, you got to broken in.
They're still in the packaging.
Yeah, mine. I just throw dirt on mine to make them look like I was doing something. Most of those dirt on my coveralls, I just threw paint on them to make it look like,
brown paint.
Threw some dirt on them a little bit.
That's funny.
Was ready to roll with it.
That's funny. Matt, I know we're gonna break down special teams. Let's get a little thought from Matt Rule on what qualities do special teams What qualities do special teams have in the Big Ten Conference? Here's what Matt Rule had to say.
I think when you're playing in the weather that we're facing, you're playing in cold games late in the year, wind games in our stadium, the ability to flip the field and all that matters. Early in the season, teams are scoring 50, 60, 70 points. As the year goes on, the games trend down, especially as the weather becomes impacted. And so the ability to punt the ball down and make someone drive the length of the field, the ability to get a good return and flip the field, I think are important. We've played well so far. There's some areas that we have to be better at, kicking the ball off, and the opponent's starting field position is a key one. Our opponent has an elite kickoff return team, or a really good kickoff return team. So, that'll be a really good story to watch. We haven't punted in a couple games, so we'll have to see how far we've come along with that. If we call on Archie, we haven't kicked a field goal in quite some time, so I think there's some things, but we've been practicing, we've been working. Those guys are doing a great job. Eck obviously does a great job. Brett Maher, who went into the Hall of Fame last week has done a great job. And so, we'll just have to play it out. It's not any one play is not going to win or lose the game. So, we're just kind of taking the approach of, hey, let's throw everything we have at them.
Nebraska and Michigan, pretty similar in the kickoff return game. Nebraska actually is slightly better in average kickoff return yards per return, where Nebraska averages about 20.6, if we're going to get down to the decimals, 20.6 yards per return on kickoffs, where Michigan averages about 20.3 yards per return on kickoffs. Nebraska as a team defensively or covering in terms of kickoffs, they allow about 16 yards per return on average, which is pretty good in all things considered. So, ultimately, the big bugaboo for Nebraska special teams this year, AD, has been whatever they're trying to do that's resulted in a couple of kickoffs out of bounds.
Yeah, that you cannot have that tomorrow. That is a absolute no tomorrow. You don't want to give this team, this offense, you don't do them any favors as far as that goes. You don't want to put your defense in that situation,
Yeah.
Do it the right way. If they get it, make them earn it. Definitely do not gift Michigan anything on special teams, because it's like what you said a few months back. Don't let it be the reason why you lose games.
Yeah.
Or give teams bonus yardage, et cetera, because of penalties. I hate penalties to where, you're not even doing anything, but just because of an error, you kick it out of bounds or something of that nature. You cannot have that tomorrow. We haven't punted much, so obviously we haven't had those opportunities, but when we did, we got 3 of those that we gifted them some yardage. We cannot have that happen tomorrow, because those numbers, return yards for Michigan, could change very quickly by us gifting them. Nick, how big is it going to be for Nebraska? Because obviously, I can say obviously because we haven't played the game yet, but nevertheless, there's going to be some times we get some 3 and outs on those guys,
sure,
and put them in positions to where, and them on us as well. As much as we'd like to say it, we know that's part of the game. How crucial is it going to be for Archie, though, to place them in tough situations and to make an Underwood maybe have to use his arm more than he wants to?
We saw, here's the thing. We saw it happen, play out in the Cincinnati matchup where Archie Wilson got, there was a punt inside the 10, and then there was a couple of punts inside the 20 as well. And we saw what that did for Cincinnati. Now he's not going to knock your socks off on when you look at the stats of this year in terms of distances. He's not going to knock your socks off. He doesn't have a massively long punt. It doesn't have anything like that. The average is going to be a little lower, but ultimately when it's said and done, Nebraska hasn't done it a whole lot, but they've been able to get a couple inside the 20-yard line. And so that's when you talk about flipping the field. If as important as it is for Nebraska's offense to play well between the 20 yards lines of each side of the field, can Archie Wilson punt it inside the opponent's 20-yard line? So that way, if Michigan's going to drive the ball, they have to put together a consistent, strategic, methodical drive that goes 80+ yards to score a point on you. That's the big thing. Like, there were so many times, and Nebraska fans will remember this, and if you don't want to hear something disgusting and gross, cover your ears. But there were so many times in the last couple of seasons where Nebraska's punting unit would not do its job, and they'd either shank one out of bounds or they'd allow a massive return. And you look up, and Nebraska punted from their own 35-yard line, and the opponent has the ball at midfield. Well, not only does that give the opponent so much momentum because they only have half the field to work with, but your defense only has only 50 yards to defend with. Their backs are already up against the wall in terms of field goal position. And so there's a lot to it, I think, where Nebraska's just got to put it all together, and they have to this point. But once again, we haven't seen Archie, so we'll see what kind of everything looks like.
It's going to be interesting to see Archie in that environment as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Arrowhead, he saw pretty basically a home game, if you would, for Nebraska. Arrowhead became Memorial Stadium South for them, but home game. Obviously, we're not playing the number 121 team in the country. You know, one thing about Michigan against Oklahoma. You know, we all know that Venables runs a unique defense, different defense. But I thought this stat jumped out to me last night, Nick, and I meant to send this to you. They completed just 38% of their passes against Oklahoma. And that was now check this out. That's the lowest their percentage they've had in the game since they've played us in 2012. Yeah. You know, so the lowest in 13 years. You know, so it's going to be crucial for us to keep them off schedule and to make Underwood use his arm rather than his legs. Yeah. Because if he's using his arm, Nick, me and you both know this, and all Nebraska fans know this, you're throwing to the strength of our defense, which is our secondary. So that's going to be the key. And not only that, Nick, keep Underwood off the field. Sustain some long drives, going back to what you said before. Yeah. Keeping the ball. Like I said, you don't have to score on him. It'd be nice if we did, because it goes to my point. It'd be nice if we could. But the longer you keep Underwood and Haynes off the field, Justice Haynes, and also a guy that a lot of people, because Justice Haynes, the second play, the first play of the second half, he busted a 75-yarder in Oklahoma. Well, let's keep that in mind. But they also have a guy named Jordan Marshall, a little bigger, 200 pounds, and he ran the ball well against Central Michigan last week. Now, granted, it was Central Michigan, Oklahoma, but Jordan Marshall,
a lot of reserve time.
Exactly, they make a good 1-2 punch. He'll spell Justice Haynes. But my thing is, I'd rather us keep the run under check, because Justice Haynes, if you watch those games, which you have, Nick, in some of the film, if he doesn't find anything inside, he will bounce outside very quickly, and he can take it to the house.
I'm interested. I mean, here's the thing. I think a big thing about Nebraska tomorrow is they have a lot of ability to put some Michigan, and more specifically Bryce Underwood, who's going to be a very, very good quarterback going forward. I think they have some chances to really put him in some adverse situations and spots where, despite playing against Oklahoma already this year, some instances and situations that he might be uncomfortable in. And I'm the more I talk to guys, I mean, we've had similar conversations with the same people. Michigan's offensive line is not nearly as dominant as maybe we expect. We expect a Michigan offensive line to be. We know the mentality will be there, especially when you have a Sharon Moore, who's a former offensive line coach himself, as the head coach. But you look at Michigan, I mean, they've allowed multiple sacks this year. To more sacks have been given up to New Mexico and Central Michigan than were to Oklahoma. The ability to generate pressure, this is where I think Nebraska, their avenue is there for them to win. Generate pressure on Bryce Underwood and have solid coverage downfield, collapse the pocket, and I'm using a lot of cliche phrases, collapse the pocket and force Bryce Underwood to make a freshman mistake.
Right.
Like we saw, it's similar to what you said from Oklahoma, the 9 of 24 for 142 yards, no touchdowns, no picks against the Sooners. Nebraska is not as good of a team, I think, as Oklahoma, and that's okay. But if you can force Bryce or you can force a couple of other guys to make some mistakes, and by generating pressure, coverage sacks, things like that, then you start to see in the third quarter or even late second quarter, a freshman start to press, start to try to do things that are uncharacteristic.
Because they're uncomfortable.
And as good as Bryce Underwood is and how good he will be, put him in a situation where hasn't been this season. Right. And I think that that's the avenue for Nebraska to win. It's going to start on the defensive side of the ball, keeping Michigan behind schedule. Don't allow them to get ahead of schedule.
Long third downs.
Yeah, long third downs. Play to the strengths of your defense, right? If Michigan's facing a 3rd and long, more than likely they're going to have to pass it. Nebraska's strength of their defense is going to be their secondary. It's just, once again, it's like figure out what's going to be your strength, force Michigan to play towards your strengths, and that in turn, the momentum will hopefully be on your side, and you have enough confidence in your offense that they're going to be able to score the football.
Yeah, it's going to be key to I'm sure as smart as those guys are, that coach any team, but you figure with Butler, with his myriad of experience in the league, seeing very different defenses, complicated defenses. I assure you, they studied the heck out of that Oklahoma film and seeing different things that they did to keep Underwood very uncomfortable. I want his name to be Uncomfortable Underwood on Saturday. I want that dude to be all over the field, stressed. And I'm not talking about on our side of the field. I'm talking about in his own backfield, stressed. In order to do that, like you said, you have to put pressure on him so he can throw into the teeth of our defense.
Yeah.
That's going to be our strong point as far as that goes. And Nick, I would not be surprised to see a spy on Underwood tomorrow. Someone spying him specifically and saying, you know what, my response is just you.
Yep.
Like in basketball, you got the box and one. So we'll see. Butler and those guys have obviously watched plenty of tape. So we're getting closer and closer to that point. Folks, when we come back, we got the 80 attitude adjustment. And it's closer to that time, man. We'll be right back.
This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P in the Haymarket from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. for a full day of German fun. Live bands, mouth-watering food, cold brews, and games for every age. Try your hand at Steinholding, Cornhole, or bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there. Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at UCLA in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at HuskerFanTravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a hotel in scenic Santa Monica, an exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on your game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA is not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at UCLA. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at HuskerFanTravel.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their Big Fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. Mainly sunny skies to start the day. Then a chance of showers and storms this afternoon. We'll see a high around 75. Tonight, a continued chance of showers and storms, the low around 60. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers, otherwise partly sunny skies with a high near 75. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Tune in this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. as Old School broadcasts live from Lead Lodge and Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City to kick off the 2025 Applejack Festival. The festival runs on September 20th and 21st, as well as September 27th and 28th at Arbor Day Farm. Pick apples, enjoy cider, and welcome the fall season with fun for the whole family. Purchase tickets to the 2025 Applejack Festival online at arbordayfarm.org and listen this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. to Old School broadcasting live from Arbor Day Farm.
When only the best will do. Sartor Heyman Jewelers.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SartorHeyman.com.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ladies and gents, as usual, this drive was more of an Indy 500. I'm telling you,
That's awesome. It's like every 4 seconds when it comes around the corner.
And you helped do that. So we appreciate all the texters, the listeners that make this drive an Indy 500 Monday through Friday mornings through 9 to 11.
That's incredible.
We absolutely love it. I just want to refresh people real quick on the projected starters for tomorrow. I don't think the depth chart has changed much at all. The defense, of course, we got Cameron Linhart, who seemed like he's been here forever. Nuwarney is going to be on there as well. Obviously, and as I go through these, Nick, Elijah Judy and Van Poppel, I think, have to have big games tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think those two have to have monster games.
Can we just be honest? Everybody's just got to play the role.
They do, exactly.
Nobody. I would even push back a little bit and say you don't have to have a monster game. Just do your job.
Do your job. I like that even better.
J-O-B.
It's the truth, man. Marcus Watson Trent, I talked about. Deshaun McCullough, of course. Keanu Davis, the D tackle. Talked about the linebackers. Deshaun Singleton, another guy that I think is going to be seeing a lot of action coming up and supporting the run. Obviously, Andrew Marshall at corner. Marquise Buford at safety. Nickel, Malcolm Hartstog, the longtime veteran, the Sierra Wright. Left tackle, we got Gunnar Katula Steele. We got Henry Letofsky at left guard. Center, Justin Evans. Right guard, Rocco. Right tackle, Tony Prochaska. Teddy, TP. Tight end, we got Lukey. I think Lukey could have a good game. Lukey Lindenmeyer.
Lindenmeyer.
The Lukey. I call him Lukey. Luke,
he
I am
walks
your
in.
father. Not me like real AD, but different color scheme. But nevertheless, wide receivers, Isaiah Hunter, Dane Key, Ja'Cory Barney Jr., Dylan Raiola, of course, playing quarterback, and Emmett Johnson carrying the blunt of the carries tomorrow. It'd be good to see him out there. I think you'll probably see some Mekhi Nelson potentially as well out there.
I think so as well.
Folks, there's 80 attitude adjustment for today. Beat yesterday's best. That's it. And I'm going to say it to Nebraska. Be better than you were last week. Beat yesterday's best. You are your biggest opponent every single day. Beat yesterday's best. That's something I see each morning. AD, beat yesterday's AD. That's it. Nobody else I'm in competition with. Nebraska, just beat the performance you did last week and let the chips fall where they may. It is what it is.
Let's have some fun.
Absolutely, folks. Tune in. You got AC on next.
We're
Tune in all
live
day.
from Arbor Day.
We're going to be in Arbor Day, obviously, with our man, Mr. Orman right there. So it's going to be a blast all day. Stay into the ticket. We got coverage coming all day. It's The Drive. Peace.
Tune in this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. as Old School broadcasts live from Lead Lodge and Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City to kick off the 2025 Applejack Festival. The festival runs on September 20th and 21st, as well as September 27th and 28th at Arbor Day Farm. Pick apples, enjoy cider, and welcome the fall season with fun for the whole family. Purchase tickets to the 2025 Applejack Festival online at arbordayfarm.org and listen this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. to Old School broadcasting live from Arbor Day Farm.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.